Female-led action films do well because guys like to see women kick guys' asses, and women like to see women kick guys' asses.
Absolutely.
And it's a female-led action film, but I have other heroes in the film as well. There's other main characters, and it's a huge ensemble cast. So it is a female-led action film. It can be marketed as such, but it doesn't have to be pigeonholed that way. It definitely aimed at fans of 70s thrillers and 80s action films. And there's just all sorts of ways they can go with it as far as promotion.
Yeah, and the one thing that I like about this too, Greg, is that's actually a really good point that you make too about how it could be, you don't want it to be pigeonholed and it could be considered that, but it's not really your intention. Is that there's a lot of, I'm thinking G.I. Jane, for example. I mean, she's a badass, but there's a lot of emphasis put on her if in the beginning sort of being put beneath all the men actors, and she's being tortured, she's bothered, she's got a lot of weaknesses, and then she rises up at the top. Whereas this film, you don't put any real emphasis on the fact that she's a woman, that she's in this weakened condition, and that she just has to, maybe she gets in touch with mummy power or something, and she kind of rises up to the challenge, where you don't even really notice that. I mean, you completely transcend any kind of gender in this, because she does such a fantastic job through the entire thing that you don't really have much of a chance to think, wow, this woman's really, she's really kicking an ass for a woman. You don't get any of that. You're just thinking this person is just absolutely incredible. She's totally kicking ass, because you don't really have those intentional focuses put on there. She's just another actor who happens to be a woman that's kicking ass. So
Right.
I really like the fact that you don't put those emphasis on that stereotypical aspect of a woman who's kicking ass.
I'm glad you point that out. And one of the reasons that I did that is because 5 years from now, those kind of specific references would feel dated.
I agree. Yeah.
I see that in a lot of the shows today that are trying so hard to be inclusive that if a character is transgender, every line of dialogue that comes out of their mouth is about them being transgender. And that's not the way
Right.
people talk.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's putting a message ahead of a character. And that feels new and current now, but when people go back and watch these shows in 10 years, they're going to say, why do we need to know that? Why are they going on and on about this? I can tell who they are.
Right.
And it would be the same thing with if every single character said, but you're just a woman, and then gets his ass kicked. It would feel pretty silly and sillier a few years down the road.